Well, finally, we are getting some explanations from different media portals as to why Arsenal's strikers are actually not available, or they weren't available for the Brentford game. We're going to talk about that. That was a major talking point. That was a major question that I ever had, my major doubt about Arsenal, and I wanted that to be covered in one of my videos. But for that, the media had to cover it so that I could bring that news for you guys. So the first things first, let's just discuss about it. It's been revealed that Arsenal's Premier League opener, Arsenal versus Brentford, was about to be cancelled after three players reported feeling ill before the match, forcing every member of the squad and staff to take COVID tests. Well, Brentford started the season with Arsenal's win, of course, but here's the problem that actually was happening. Well, it looks like the scare again highlights the impact of COVID is having on domestic competitions. Well, the biggest issue is that Arsenal were without Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Lacazette. After they both felt unwell, reserve goalkeeper Alex Runarsson was also unavailable for the trip. So these were the three players that were not available for Arsenal because of not feeling well. Aubameyang's wife Alicia posted pictures of a family birthday on social media last week. With such functions now permitted under government rules, it remains to be seen whether Aubameyang and Lacazette can recover for Arsenal's game against Chelsea on Sunday or not. But yes, these three players were not available, and which sparked a bigger problem. Was it because of COVID or not? Still, that news was not provided. I don't know why that was not provided. That should be the case. I mean, all the Arsenal fans should at least have an explanation from the club. That wasn't to be provided. Now let's talk about the transfer rumours regarding the strikers of Arsenal. Well, Fabrizio tweets out that Barcelona are currently not negotiating for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang from Arsenal as a new striker. He is not a target now. Priority is to sell players. Still no bid or talks for Clement Longley. Umtiti not going to Benfica, and Pjanic situation to be clarified soon. And yeah, Sky Sports Sheth or Dharmesh Seth says that I've spoken to a contact who says Aubameyang is fully committed to Arsenal. He still does have 2 years on that big contract, and he wants to return to the pitch as soon as possible. Well, Sammy Mogbel also said that Arsenal's Premier League opener against Brentford was, he was the one who's provided that. But reliable Gerard Romero, who is a Barcelona news source, he says Aubameyang is not an option for Barcelona. Yes, an offer, but there's no interest from Barcelona. Now, Mateo Moreto says that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is not an option for Barcelona as of now. But Kave Solekol from Sky Sports says that Barcelona is interested in signing Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang from Arsenal, willing to offer Felipe Coutinho in part exchange. Sky in Italy reporting Barcelona tried to sign Tammy from Chelsea. Abraham is joining Roma in 40 million euros. It's a little bit of weird, but let's see. Let's see how things would move on. So Jason Burt of Telegraph says Barcelona are currently not trying to sign Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So the lots of reliable Barcelona outlets say, they're also saying that Arsenal are offering Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Lacazette around, but many have really come out and said that no, he's not an option for Barcelona at all. Well, it's a weird take, but Albert Roga says that Barcelona and Arsenal are studying the operation of a Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Felipe Coutinho exchange. That is also weird, man. It's coming from every direction, Aubameyang and Coutinho exchange. But Sky Kave on the studio said that, Kave Solekol said, if you looked at Man City's bench yesterday, the game against Brentford, if you they're comparing with that, they say, Kave Solekol says 8 of those Man City players would walk into an Arsenal's first team. To which Dharmesh said replied, your point is you're comparing Man City to Arsenal. They've spent $1 billion. Well, at least Man City know how to bridge the gap. That's by spending millions. It's always been the case, isn't it? So Arsenal's strikers are really ill. Of what? Well, if their illness has really made sure that Premier League does all the COVID tests to all the players, and it's none other than the virus. But moving on, Dharmesh Seth also says that Arsenal cautiously optimistic of completing Martin Odegaard transfer from Real Madrid. talks continue over structure of deal. Odegaard's Real number 21 shirt from last season is now assigned to Rodrigo. And talks are continuing. Discussions center on structure of the deal, but personal terms are not expected to be a problem. Arsenal believe Odegaard wants to return to the club and are cautiously optimistic. Fee should be believed in the region of 35 to 40 million pounds. That's fair. That's a fair deal. Well, Conrad Harrison says Arsenal have held talks with Odegaard's reps, who are happy to accept a permanent move. Personal terms are not a problem. Talks are advancing between the two clubs. Expect movement soon. And also, Conrad Harrison expects Arsenal to sign a goalkeeper, a cam and a striker this window. And he also says that both Aubameyang and Lacazette are allowed to leave this summer. Moving on, so Albert Sambi Lokonga has bid his farewell with Joe Willock. So when he was small, you can see Sambi has shared an image. I mean, look at that. That's the youth days of Albert Sambi Lokonga and Joe Willock. And he shared a couple of images, of course, the past and the present with the caption, "Good luck, bro." That's unbelievable, man. Sambi. Great to see that. Well, moving on, it looks like, according to Kave Solekoli, says Mikel Arteta wanted Tammy Abraham, and we have been told today that Mikel Arteta is upset about the fact that Arsenal did not get Tammy, and he has gone to AS Roma. Great to see that. Moving on, so Rio Ferdinand has opened up about Arsenal's first game against Brentford. He says, the first day of the season, fans back and you lack intensity. That does not add up. This is more than individual performance. This is the culture at a football club. You can't go into the first game like that. You should be bouncing into that game. It's a funny story because Sky Sports have really come up with the news that La Liga side are really looking for that swap deal between Philippe Coutinho and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. How will that change? Well, we don't know. Kevin Campbell is speaking for every Arsenal fan here. He says, something is awry, something isn't right. Right up until the game, Aubameyang and Lacazette were virtually in the starting lineup. And then all of a sudden they're out. If they're ill, let us know what it is. But I just think there's something in fighting going on. Don't we all get this thoughts? And there's this account, DJ Chad Sommer. He says that James from The Athletic said on the Handbrake Off podcast today that Laka-Roba conspiracies are not true. He strongly implied that it's actually because of the virus, and the Premier League did not want the top story of the new season to be about the virus infecting the top players from a club. So it was hidden. This news is hidden because Premier League does not want everyone to know that it is because of the virus that Arsenal's top players did not play, and they don't want the league to stop. It's all about the money, baby. And in the podcast, someone replied to this comment. In the podcast, they said that he basically said, I'm not allowed to say. The journalists are not allowed to say that the Premier League players have caught the virus, which would really stop the Premier League to happen. Well, maybe that's the reason why no one is actually coming up with that explanation. My God. Imagine the Premier League does not want... My goodness. So the Premier League does not want us or everyone... They don't want the Premier League, the games to stop, because that definitely kills a lot of revenue. I get that. But at least be clear about it. I mean, the tests would go on. I've not heard the amount of tests that was conducted before and now. I've not heard. They really do the weekly test. They used to do the weekly tests before, and now I've not heard anyone doing the weekly tests. And this is really weird. Looks like they do have the virus, man. Well, Paul Cheney has been appointed as a referee for Arsenal versus Chelsea game. So consider the game the decisions not to be serious at all. Yeah. So Arsenal's next signing is definitely Martin Odegaard. Who's next after that? We don't know. I think the whole situation around Aubameyang and Lacazette would remain the same as well. if someone comes for them, definitely Arsenal is ready to sell, but still, it's a big question. Let's see how things will turn out to be. And finally, the question about Arsenal strikers, why they were absent, has been answered. I think I'm satisfied with that answer, especially after these comments. So, cheers. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, good night. Sorry. Bye-bye.